Is Face ID really as secure as Touch ID? Some say yes, others say no. Hey you, it's me, Curtis P. It's time for some coffee. Apple touted their new Face ID as the best new security feature for the iPhone X. It's supposed to be better than Touch ID in many ways and harder to crack. Yet, just this past week, a Vietnamese security firm called BKAV has successfully cracked Face ID using a mask. Now, before we really jump right into this and you go disabling Face ID on all of your brand new iPhone Xs, I would consider a few things. Let's take a closer look at that video. The simple breakdown, we see the iPhone X being unlocked using some form of mask, then also being unlocked when pointed at the man's face. Meaning the phone not only works for him, but it can also be fooled by the mask, which is a little concerning. According to BKAV, the mask was a 3D printed plastic and silicone mask with makeup and paper cutouts attached to help trick the phone. The one big thing we don't see in this video is how the phone was originally trained on the user's face. Was the man's face used, or did they originally train the phone on the mask itself? This is something we simply just don't know. It would be considerably easier to fool all of us if they just trained the phone to unlock with the mask in the first place. Now, this is the first time the phone has been tricked to unlock using a mask, so props to this company, but let's get to the big question here. Should you actually worry about someone unlocking your phone using a mask? Well, personally, I would say no. BKAV stated that this is their 4th version of the mask, and they had to do 3 other ones which just didn't work at tricking the phone. Also, they said they had to spend 5 minutes scanning the user's face to create the mask. So if someone comes up to you and starts scanning your face, maybe just like walk away from them. In the end, if you're afraid of someone getting your phone and then getting into it using a mask, well, there's a few things you can do. Number 1, just don't worry. Someone's not gonna go to the task of like actually scanning your face and making a mask just to get into your phone. Number 2, if you're really worried here, you can just turn off Face ID or Touch ID, then use a long, complicated passcode on your phone. Or of course, the old standby, number 3, if you're really that worried, maybe just don't keep your data on your phone. Personally, I don't think this is anything you really need to worry about here, but hey, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Are you worried about someone getting into your phone? I'd love to know. Into the quick news for the day, everyone. KGI Securities has announced their predictions for Apple's 2018 iPhone lineup. They're predicting Apple will announce 2 brand new phones in the coming year, a new 6.5-inch iPhone X, similar to the current generation, but of course with a larger display, and a brand new 6.1-inch LCD model. So it won't have the OLED display like the iPhone's 10, but it will have the edge-to-edge design and Face ID. This phone will also be cheaper for consumers, which is a good thing. It'll have a starting price around $650, which is a great way to get more people into the edge-to-edge world and using Face ID. Next up, Tesla is ready to finally show off their Tesla truck. Elon Musk has announced that happening tomorrow, Tesla will be hosting an event showing off their brand new all-electric semi-truck. Should be a pretty cool event. I'll be sure to talk about it on Friday's show. Next up, Boston Dynamic is giving us a sneak peek at their brand new robot called Spot Mini. From the short teaser video posted online, it looks like the robot may be fully electric and maybe semi-automated here. In the past, Boston Dynamic has used an Xbox controller to basically steer and control the robots. Hopefully we'll see more of this cute new robot in the near future. And last, keeping with the robot talk, a brand new video posted online appears to show a world where killer drones are more commonplace, and what the implications could possibly be. It's an awesome video to watch. It's about 7 minutes long, so of course I can't include it all here, but it basically showcases how current-day drone technology could be used to create small killing machines. I highly recommend giving it a watch after today's show. It was created by a computer science professor working at the University of California, and it's a pretty scary look at our possible future. Of course, links to all of the quick news and other articles that I talk about today are in the description down below, so make sure you check all of those out. All right, next up, let's talk about some great news for Canadians, as it looks like Lyft is finally breaking out of the US. The company has announced this week that they'd be opening up operations in Toronto this December. This is the first time the company has ever expanded internationally. And overall, it really makes a lot of sense because the Canadian market is very similar to the USA, but it's also a great area for competition as Uber has been a big success in Canada so far. And many regulations have already been changed to actually help out ride-sharing companies set up in the country. Next up, Apple appears to be making some big deals in the original content space, as the company has ordered 2 new originally scripted series for their future streaming service. The first show will be from Steven Spielberg, and it'll be based around the Amazing Stories concept. Rumors are that each episode costs up to $5 million a piece, so it definitely will look pretty. The second will be a drama starring and produced by Reese Witherspoon and Jennifer Aniston, and it'll be centered around the drama of running a network morning show. Apple's already signed up for 2 seasons of this show, so hopefully it's good, and it also has the producer from House of Cards, Jay Carson, behind it. Overall, this is all part of Apple's $1 billion of spending to create a brand new original content service, something like Netflix or Amazon has. Still really no word on when the streaming service will launch itself or, what it's expected to cost. Apple is expected, though, to announce it at next year's WWDC. And last for today, it looks like Bill Gates is getting a little tired with all of his billions of dollars, so it's time to build his very own smart city. The billionaire has bought 25,000 acres of land about 45 minutes from downtown Phoenix, and is planning on creating a whole new type of smart city for the future. There'll be large spaces for offices, commercial, and retail, along with public schools and 80,000 residential units for people to live in. It's very much a modern-day take on Disney's attempt to create the Epcot Center, or the experimental community of tomorrow. Overall, it's going to be interesting to see how this all turns out and maybe what impacts this creation could have on future urban planning. Maybe, just maybe, Bill could help other cities get a little smarter in the near future. Well, if you enjoyed today's show, make sure you click on that subscribe button, and of course, join the notification squad so you can stay up to date on all of the latest videos I post throughout the week. You can also follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Discord. Links to all of that are in the description down below or on my website at curtisparody.ca. Well, until tomorrow, everybody, I'm Curtis Parody. Have an amazing day.